Julie Harper is now facing 40 years to life in prison.
She claims she shot her husband in self-defense at their Carlsbad home, but the jury didn't buy it, convicting her of second-degree murder. 10 News reporter Michael Chen is joining us now with the breaking details. Michael?
Well, this case has made national headlines, and tonight that headline is guilty. Julie Harper convicted of second-degree murder in the death of her school teacher husband, Jason. This is an earlier photo of Julie, but Harper expressionless today as that verdict was read about a half an hour ago. The jury took just one day to come to that verdict. She was acquitted of first-degree murder in a previous trial, but the jury hung on that second-degree murder charge in that trial. Later, her pregnancy delayed the retrial. Now, in this retrial, Harper testified her husband was abusive and the gun went off as she was trying to protect herself. There was video of one of his tirades. Prosecutors conceded there was verbal abuse, but argued she shot him because their marriage was unraveling. The jury could have considered a voluntary or involuntary murder charge. They decided not to. She now faces, as you mentioned, 40 years to life. That sentencing coming at a later hearing. We have crews at the courthouse right now gathering reaction. We'll have that for you as soon as it comes in.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Michael. Attorney Gretchen von Helms is joining us now to help us break down the guilty verdict. Thanks so much for joining us, Gretchen. We have to begin with the first time when the jury hung. It was first-degree murder, this time only going for second, and the prosecution managed to get the conviction. What are some of the big differences?
Well, the second-degree murder, because the jury acquitted her of first-degree murder last time, so they didn't feel there was this premeditated, really thinking it out beforehand. The jury in this particular case, which was the second jury, obviously believed that she did intend to kill him, even if it was a brief moment beforehand, that was her intent. So that's that second-degree murder where it's not some sort of involuntary or voluntary manslaughter. And so they apparently believed, all zip, that it was second-degree murder.
Right.
Gretchen, we know Julie Harper's children testified during this trial. At times they were emotional, even angry. At times the daughter refusing to call her mother. What impact do you think this had on the jury?
That's a big impact on the jury because their anger, their frustration, their belief that their mother was responsible morally, if you will, can play into what the jury decides, whether they believe she did intend under those second-degree murder rules to kill her husband or whether she was defending herself from some sort of an attack.
So today, the conviction today, 40 years to life. What do you think is next for Julie Harper in terms of appeals or where she goes from here?
Well, she has a first direct right of appeal, so she will definitely be appealing this verdict. The decisions made for her acquittal in the first trial are not going to really play in unless there was some sort of evidence that was excluded or not. So she's going to be looking at what evidence may have been excluded, what evidence may have come in that maybe shouldn't have under the rules to try to get a new trial after she appeals. That's what she's going for.
And quickly, we know 40 years to life. Any idea on what might prompt 40 years versus life? I mean, where's the range there?
Well, the sentence is what's called an indeterminate sentence. So that's just the sentence, 40 years to life. There isn't 50 or 65 or something like that. She will get that indeterminate term, and then later a parole board will determine whether she does 40, 45, 47, 57, etc.
Are you surprised today?
I was sort of surprised given the fact that the jury found the first jury acquitted her, then was 9-3, so 9 jurors saying she should be found not guilty of murder 2 the first time around. So this is a surprise. However, it always gets easier for the prosecution on subsequent retrials. They know that, and that's why they try these cases again.
All right. Thank you, Gretchen von Helms, for your time and your expertise today.
Thank you.